Bible Jim here. I don't know if you know, but yesterday was Pentecost Sunday. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Pentecost, what that means. When the disciples were walking with Jesus and it was getting near the end, he told them this. He said, I will ask the Father, and he will give you another counselor to be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. Now, they didn't understand what Jesus was talking about. They had never heard of the Holy Spirit before. But of course we know about it now, but they didn't. And then Jesus said this later on in chapter 16. He says this, I have told you this, but I tell you the truth, it is for your good that I am going away. Unless I go away, the counselor will not come to you. So he's saying, I have to leave so that that Spirit can come to you. And again, they didn't understand what that meant until the actual day of Pentecost. So let me read quickly what happened on the day of Pentecost. It says, when the day of Pentecost came, they were all together in one place. Suddenly a loud sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. They saw what seemed to be tongues of fire that separated, came to rest on each of them. And all of them were filled with the Holy Spirit, began to speak in other tongues as the Holy Spirit enabled them. And it says, and the people that were there, gathered there, were amazed because they were speaking in their native tongues that the disciples had no idea of before. And they were speaking with perfect dialect. Jesus did this, God did this to show the power of the Holy Spirit. And then that same day, Peter gives this incredible message to the people, and as a result, 5,000 people gave their life to the Lord. 5,000 people gave their life to the Lord, and they were amazed at it. And then it says in 4:13, I love this. It says this: when they saw the courage of Peter and John and the disciples, they realized that they were unschooled, ordinary men. And they were astonished and took note that these men had been with Jesus. They were amazed. They were amazed at the power that Peter had in his message. That the Spirit came on them and they became different people. No, they were with Jesus. They were taught by Jesus. They saw Jesus' miracles. But it wasn't until Jesus left and the Holy Spirit came in them that they had this incredible power. What power did they have? They had the power of God. The God that spoke the universe into existence, the God that made the universe out of nothing.